entertainment, celebrity gossips, trending gist, you get it all here on Kelly's TV. Please do like this video and subscribe to this channel.
So guys, Asake was live in Paris yesterday, and almost the show was shut down upon shutdown. I mean, despite the language barrier, Asake still sold out the show, and the show was massive. All I want you to do is please hit the like button and ensure you watch this video to the end, because this video is fully fun packed.
Enemies, they want to show me love like their enemies. Say this now when they won't live in mission to me. I want to go there, shy to me. But I work for the shit, go there, say. Oh man, getting paid, oh man. We are good in movie, my niggas in no Bentley. Jelly, I want me baby. What's it called about I'm on the drink necessary. 1K, until get me, loaded TT. Some of them go feel let go. Because I know the guy you wait to. You will support that shit too. Now on no go spoil by space. Worldwide, you don't go. Stop in the worldwide, you don't go. Paris, if you love Asake, say ara ra ra ra. Paris, I say if you love Asake, say ara ra ra ra. Say ara ra ra ra. This next song we are going to, it is called Freestyle Section. Nigga umuzanza uluwa umuzanza umuzanza uluwa ay uluwa umuzanza umuzanza uluwa umuzanza nigga umuzanza uluwa umuzanza umuzanza uluwa umuzanza uluwa umuzanza umuzanza uluwa umuzanza iya no ye shock you won't back on beating back protect say wetin go be dem no be hold me on G ay one day, from what you get back to the cartel, I show them pepe to Sunday, because I know my name, okay, jazz on jazz on cast, only stop it to be sober, see I'm for my dream as I wear my crown, get out of my name.
Sometimes I feel like it's gone down. In my head, I feel like it's right now. I was on the floor, selling cars, A to the B. I was never playing for that under 18. I was 18 for the rest of my AP. Eight cribs in my name, I'm the couple of MGs. Selling allegations, and I need my navigation. You already got validation. Say you only need examination. Say you on vacation. Say we ain't going on vacation. Like you are put you on a bless. No new body track, all you in the sky. They are all like this, you cry. We can start a family, but you don't trust me. I don't fall with you. Let's go. The vibe ain't right, I told my brother let's go. More money keep coming in the clutch. They never hit me up when I was going low, up and all up, so they never stress me. I'm on the way right now. Alright. When I get to money, when I have to take time to chill right now. I do my thing my way, and you my time. Everybody tell you before you sit on my team. What you say, show us a real time. I give you big power. Now we done the make you get show. I want them precise, I want them precise. I be like, really, match up my head. Seven times, people with the life, they was 7 times. Life is not easy, I know it's not easy. Got to think I'm
because I know everyone selected from my love, they find it for 18 for a national AP. 8 in my name and a couple of MGs, so the allocation. Validation, say you want to do examination, say you want vacation, say we ain't going up on nation. Boys, you don't know better. Mr. Money, baby, waste time. Yaro, my guy, I don't smoke claro. Oh, pass one switch, don't go yaro. Pero, salo, oje fenu shigo. Show my love money, ó ti pẹ́ tí mo ti ń jẹ mẹ́dọ̀. Dúró tán bí Galado, àbí mẹ́bà. Jọ̀wọ́ má lọ kì í sínú S-class. Ask me I did, I don't I on my life, I got money on my mind. Expensive smile, in the dark, it dey shine. Me right now, but I'm more right now. Money God every year, boss every year. Many wanna see me for like stay elevate. Energy day, energy day. Only la walk out the back door, energy day. Some of them don't feel relate, because my glory carry. You will support, I appreciate too. Now on no to spoil vice, grace, grace. I wanna hear you guys say, you don't know. It's time on the walk. You don't know. Say what? Love and for your enemies. It is so bad. surviving because I know. They find anybody, the money I want. They can get with two people to go. This is like when I want to get another one. I go take and do waiting I love. Waiting I love. Waiting I love. I go to
So guys, Asake was live in Paris where the main language is French, but that didn't stop the show from being an absolute shutdown. It's amazing to see how despite the language barrier, the crowd was still fully engaged and connected with his music. Paris is known for its love of culture and art, but it's not often you see an artist from a non-French speaking country receive such an overwhelming response. Also, what stood out the most was how the fans were singing the songs word for word. Keep in mind, many of these songs are in Yoruba and Pidgin, languages that most of the audience probably doesn't even speak fluently, yet they were vibing along like they had known the songs forever. This just shows how far Asake's music has traveled and how much impact it has had on people worldwide. It's one thing for fans in Nigeria or other English speaking countries to sing along, but seeing a crowd in Paris do the same is next level. It proves that music truly is a universal language. Also, Asake's unique style, blending Afrobeats, street hop, and Fuji, has reached people who may not even understand every word but still feel the energy and vibe of his songs. Also, the fact that he could perform in a place where French is the dominant language and still get such powerful reaction speak volumes about his talent and the reach of African music today. Fans in Paris weren't just standing still or clapping politely; they were fully involved, chanting every line, dancing, and making the atmosphere electric. This is huge. This is a huge win not only for Asake but for Afrobeat as a whole, as it shows the genre continues to break barriers and bring people together across different culture. Also, it's really incredible when you think about how far Asake has come, man. When he first started making music, a lot of Nigerians were advising him not to use too much Yoruba in his songs. They were worried that people from other countries or races might not connect with his music, especially during concerts. The thinking was that if his songs had more English or were more universal, then he could reach a wider audience. And honestly, it's a valid point because in music, language can sometimes be a barrier, but Asake didn't change who he was or how he expressed himself through his music. Instead, he leaned into his roots, embracing Yoruba and mixing it with Pidgin and other elements of African culture. Now, fast forward to today, and it's clear that Asake made the right choice by staying true to his style. He's performing all over the world in places like Paris, where French is the main language, and yet fans are still singing along to his songs word for word. This is someone who was told early on that using too much Yoruba could limit his audience, but instead it's done the opposite. His music has crossed borders and people from different races and cultures are connecting with it, even if they don't fully understand every lyrics. What's powerful about this is that Asake didn't need to change to fit into what people thought would be more marketable or global. Instead, he trusted in the power of his music and culture. People can feel the energy, the passion, and the authenticity in his songs, even if the language is unfamiliar. This goes to show that music goes beyond words. It's about emotion, rhythm, and the vibe you create. Asake's ability to draw people in with his unique sound, even when they don't speak Yoruba, is a testament to how universal music can be when it's made from a place of authenticity. So at his show, you can see his fans who don't speak a word of Yoruba still chanting the lyrics like they've been listening to his music their whole lives. They are not just there for the beats or the vibe, they are connecting with the music on a deeper level. This wouldn't have happened if Asake had watered down his style or switched up his language just to fit in. It proved that people from any culture or background can appreciate his sound because it's real, it's unique, and it's unapologetically African. Also, it's also a sign of how much the world has changed. Afrobeats and Afro music in general are being embraced in ways we haven't seen before. People are now more open to different sounds, languages, and cultures, and Asake is one of those artists leading that charge. I mean, when he steps on stage in a foreign country and sees fans singing his songs in Yoruba, it's proof that staying true to your roots can open doors, not close them. So in the end, all that advice about using less Yoruba to appeal to a global audience, Asake proved that sometimes the best way to go global is to stay local, to stay connected to where you come from. I mean, it's a lesson that you don't have to change who you are to be successful. You just need to be yourself, and the world will follow. Also, Asake's stage presence at the Paris concert was truly out of this world, man, and it's one of the reasons why the entire show was a massive success. From the moment he stepped into the stage, it was clear that he was in a complete control of the atmosphere, and he knew how to connect with the audience in a way that very few artists can. I mean, his energy was electric and the crowd could feel it. I mean, right from the start, he had the audience eating out of the palm of his hands. I mean, there's something about the way Asake commands the stage. It's not just about performing his songs, it's about creating a moment that everyone in the room feels a part of. You could tell he was there to give his all. Every move, every gesture, every glance at the crowd was filled with confidence and charisma. I mean, it's not an easy thing to make thousands of people feel like they are having a personal experience with the artist on stage, but that's exactly what Asake did. Also, one of the most impressive things about his stage presence was how natural he made everything look. He wasn't just going through the emotions or following a rehearsed set of dance moves. I mean, it felt like every step he took and every move he made was spontaneous but still perfectly in sync with the music. He danced with so much ease and fluidity, but at the same time there was an intensity to it that kept the energy levels high. I mean, it didn't matter if he was performing a high energy song or something more laid back. He knew exactly how to adjust the mood and take the audience along for the ride. Also, the way he interacted with the crowd also set him apart. Asake didn't just perform for the audience, he performed with them. You could see how excited the fans were, singing along, waving their hands and dancing to every beat. But it wasn't just the crowd feeding off his energy, he was feeding off theirs too. It felt like a true exchange between artist and audience, and that's what makes the concert unforgettable. At some point, Seth, he would stop singing just to let the crowd take over, and they didn't miss a beat at all. I mean, that's when you know an artist has full control of the stage, when the audience becomes a part of the performance. Also, even his outfit and stage design played a role in amplifying his presence. The lighting, visuals, and sound were perfectly aligned to enhance every part of the show. His outfit reflected his unique style, showing that he was not only there to perform but also to make a statement. And let's not forget about the way he engaged with his band and dancers. There was a sense of unity and fluidity between them, like everyone was in perfect harmony, moving as one to create a mesmerizing show. Also, but what really stood out was how effortless Asake made it all look. I mean, it's one thing to put on a good performance, but to make it seem like you're having as much fun as the crowd is something else entirely. You could see him smiling, laughing, and just enjoying the moment, and that joy was contagious. I mean, his movements were smooth and his energy was relentless. He never seemed tired, even as the night went on. Every song he performed felt like it had the same level of intensity as the first. Also, Asake's voice was another element that brought everything together. I mean, it's one thing to have great stage presence, but if the vocals don't match, the energy can fall flat. I mean, that wasn't the case here. His voice was powerful, steady, and controlled throughout the concert. Whether he was belting out his biggest hits or singing more melodic parts, his vocals were on point, adding another layer to his already incredible performance. Also, let's not forget the spontaneity he brings to the stage. Asake is known for sometimes running into the crowd during his performance, and that's exactly what he did in Paris. I mean, it's moments like this that makes his shows so thrilling and unpredictable. unpredictable. I mean, his security team was probably stressed, as they always are, trying to keep up with him, but this is a part of what makes his performance feel so real and alive. I mean, when he runs into the crowd, it's like he's saying, I'm not just here to perform, I'm here to experience this with you. I mean, that kind of connection is rare, and it's why his fans love him. So in the end, Asake's stage presence at the Paris concert was truly out of this world. He didn't just perform his songs, he delivered an experience that the fans will never forget. His energy, confidence, and ability to connect with the crowd turned the concert into something magical. I mean, it's no wonder his global fan base keeps growing, because when you see him live, you're not just watching a performance, you're part of something bigger. Also, Asake's voice on stage is truly something special, and what sets him apart as a live performer. I mean, when you hear him perform live, it's clear that his voice carries a unique depth and texture that can't always be captured fully in studio recordings. On stage, his voice is raw, powerful, and full of emotion, which makes the entire experience even more captivating. Also, one thing that stands out about Asake's voice during live performances is his ability to blend different styles effortlessly. His sound is a mix of Afrobeat, Fuji, and street hop, and his voice adapts seamlessly to all of these genres. Whether he's hitting those smooth melodic notes or delivering fast-paced, high-energy vocals, his voice remains strong and controlled. I mean, there is a richness to his tone that really draws you in, and it feels like every word he sings has meaning behind it. Also, another remarkable aspect of Asake's voice on stage is his consistency. A lot of artists can struggle to maintain the same vocal quality when performing live, especially after a long set, but Asake keeps his energy high and his voice steady throughout his entire performance. Even when he's moving around the stage, dancing or interacting with the crowd, his vocals don't miss a beat. I mean, it's as if the energy he puts into his performance fuels his voice rather than tiring him out. Also, his ability to switch between soft emotional vocals and powerful and anthemic deliveries is another highlight. For example, during his slower, more soulful songs, his voice carries a kind of vulnerability that makes the audience feel connected to him. I mean, you can hear the sincerity in his voice when he performs songs that touch on more personal or deep themes. On the other hand, when it's time to bring the party energy, Asake knows how to amplify up the vocals to match the vibe, making the crowd go really wild. Another thing that makes Asake's voice stand out live is the way he can bring out the cultural essence of his music, singing in Yoruba and Pidgin. He stays true to his roots, and his voice captures the spirit of those languages beautifully. I mean, his pronunciation, tone, and delivery of the lyrics feel authentic, and even when the audience might not understand the words, they can feel the emotion and the energy behind them. Plus, his voice works perfectly in unison with the instruments and beats that accompany his performances. Whether it's the heavy drums, the rhythm of the bars, or the melodies in the background, Asake's voice cuts through the noise and becomes the centerpiece of the performance. I mean, his voice also has a certain grit to it, which gives it that raw, streetwise appeal that makes it sound so different from other Afrobeat artists. I mean, he knows how to use his voice as an instrument, sometimes letting it take over the entire song, and other times letting it sit perfectly within the music. Also, Asake's voice is also versatile in that it can adapt to different venues and settings. Whether it's performing in an intimate club, at a massive festival, or in arenas like the O2, his voice carries well in any space. It fills the room, making everyone feel like they are part of something special. So when you hear him sing live, he's not just about the technical aspect of his voice, but the emotion and energy that he puts into every performance. So in conclusion, Asake's voice on stage is a powerful force that drives his live performances. It's energetic, soulful, and incredibly versatile, blending perfectly with his dynamic stage presence. I mean, his vocal control, consistency, and ability to adapt his voice to different moods and settings make him one of the most exciting live performers in Afrobeats today. So when he sings live, you can feel the passion behind every note, making his concerts a memorable experience for anyone who witnesses them. So with that being said, if you enjoyed this video from the beginning to this moment, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, share this video to your loved ones and friends, and finally, don't forget to tell me what you think about this video in the comment section. See you all on my next video. I'm out. Oh shit.